Well, Jason, you had a brilliant performance at your peg, and obviously that went along the bank to the rest of your team as well. But I don't for one moment believe that it was only then that the success was made. There must have been a lot of preparation and quite a big game plan that went into it. So tell us a little bit about that from a team point of view.
Yeah, Werner, thank you. I think that if we're honest, our team is more like a brotherhood than a team. We have full confidence. I sit here with goosebumps because these lads are, we every day we phoning each other, trying to come up with something. How can I do this better? How can I do that better? I mean, we had a brand new peg, Marcus and Patrick, that 4 months ago we had to pull in, and they just were like a sponge. They absorbed everything that we told them. They went and practiced. So basically our team came together and we said, we've been doing this since 2015 with this group of anglers. How do we now take it to the next level? And we got together at a dam called Wriggleswade in just outside East London. And it was a freezing weekend, but we basically allowed everybody input into the game plan. We literally cooked pots. We slung, we marker floated, we did the topography of the land, we did everything in terms of what was needed, with a focus on Marcus and Patrick to get them up to speed, but to not only that, to align our game plan. And so much so that we took a tank, I took my tank with me, and we baited up 3 or 4 different ways of PVA. We baited up 5 or 6 different rigs with different size sponge, bottom baits, to see what it actually does in the water, and to get everybody not only what you're fishing with, but how you can understand what the fish are being presented. And that was the thing. I mean, how many of us there? So I love my tank, and the science behind it, and it was an interesting experience, because guys were saying, geez, that's why it works, and we basically got totally aligned with each other from the start. We were all fishing different, slightly different, and everybody just got to see, geez, this is easy to do, nice to feed, and now I can actually understand why I'm doing it. And like I said to you, with Potty and myself jamming, I mean, Marcus and Patrick quickly climbed on, got big hammers, and were hitting tires to make sure they could sling. And so, geez, what a brotherhood, what a bunch of guys. And we just nailed it from start to end. It was amazing to see.
In terms of that science that you put in, hook selection, how important do you deem hook selection, and how did you get to the selections that you decided on?
So, I mean, I've got a little kitchen scale. It's my wife's. She's could be in trouble, yeah. But yeah, so I weigh all the hooks that we fish with. I make sure that the bait that we put on, or on our pegging individually, make sure that we know exactly what bait we put on what hook, what weight it is, how they match. I want to know exactly the same. If I catch a fish on that, I want to do it the same every single time. I want to know what the weight of the hook does to the hook bait. That's the tank test. And I think that's the important thing, Van, is if you know the science behind it. I mean, Dean Pels is one of my sort of heroes in terms, and as technical as that man is, he sparked something in me as well, to make sure that, yes, I don't know the moon phases and stuff as well as he does, but I wanted to go into the nittier, grittier stuff. And now I've got a teammate, Christo de Beer in my teams, also the guys that won last year, him and Saki, is also super technical, and him and I spend hours. I don't know how we still have airtime, but we're basically spending hours saying, this is what we want, this is how we're going to do it. And I think that's where a slight bit of innovation comes, in terms of making sure that everybody knows what is happening, when, how. I mean, in terms of our feeding plan, Lawrence, the head of the carp facet, they went and laminated. This is when you put the pots on. This is when you feed. This is how much you feed, where you feed. We prepped ourselves before that tournament exactly where where we wanted to be.
Last question on the team performance, and it was excellent, and you guys did very, very well. Were there significant changes throughout the game, the 72 hours, or did it all work out to plan?
You know, Werner, I mean, obviously we had to move around a little bit, but the reality of it all comes in that I've never been in a fishing tournament, and I've been to many. I've never been in a fishing tournament where when something works in the D zone, for instance, and I'm sitting in the A zone, that it doesn't, that it works. We literally had a live WhatsApp group, and it was, guys, I tried this, it worked. I'll put it on, again, I get goosebumps, because I'll put it on my peg, and all of a sudden I'm sparked. My bite tempo is improving to 10 minutes, 15 minutes a fish from 30. And it literally, maybe it was just one of those things. It was written in the stars, I'm not sure, but everything happened on all the pegs. The minute that someone put it on, we're on. This is it. We've just caught, we've weighed 10, we've weighed 12. And that's where I think we had such trust in each other that it's, you know, you didn't even question, you just put it on. This is the bait presentation. This is the dip. Put a bit of something on, and off you go.
Well,
so it was really a team effort.
Congratulations from our side. I could see that there's a number of good things that came out. I'm impressed with the science that you put in, the team preparation, the effort, the fitness. I like the fact that you get to that fitness. Physical fitness really improves your fishing, so that's always important as well. And from our side, congratulations. You guys have done well.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thanks to everybody for the support from our province. Wow, it was really unbelievable.